Alright, I haven't done a do-it-yourself in a while, and I'm going to do one now about cleaning the mass airflow sensor on a 2.5 Volkswagen Jetta. Mine's an 08. I know some years they don't have the mass airflow sensor, so you won't need it. And I already messed with that a little bit, so kind of ignore that. But what you need is mass airflow sensor cleaner. I always use the CRC stuff. It adds 4 to 10 horsepower at the wheels, so you don't need that sticker anymore. We'll need a adjustable wrench, grab that clamp, Phillips screwdriver, take those out, and we're going to be popping off the whole engine cover. So we'll need to undo these Torx. It's a Torx 20. I already loosened them. There's one there, and we're just going to be, if you've seen my air filter do it yourself, it tells you how to remove the engine cover. You just pull up on it and just watch the little rubber grommets. Sometimes they stay on the engine mounts, but it's pretty simple. I'm going to put the camera on a tripod, so it's going to be kind of far away, but I'll take the battery cover off. It gives me somewhere to put stuff. So, camera is going on tripod. First, remove the 2 Torx 20 screws from the little air duct. Take them off. Loose like that. This up here. You gotta remove the harness from the mass airflow sensor. Actually, I'm going to take the camera off and show you how to do this little tab. See it better. That little tab here, some people use a screwdriver and you end up busting it off. I'm sure in some of my other videos I've probably broke them, but if you take your finger, pull up on it, it comes off. Just set that to the side. Next we'll be taking this clamp off. Wrench, pinch the clamp, pull the tube off, put the clamp back on the mass airflow sensor. If you put the clamp on the tube, you'll crush the tube because it'll squeeze that tube pretty tight, and then you'll possibly get an air leak, and then you'll have all sorts of problems. Next, we're going to pop the engine cover. I already started it. On the back. Somewhere. Go to this side. Now, you can probably do this without removing the engine cover, but while you're in here, you might as well change your filter. So, save yourself some time. That's what we got to clean. So now we're going to take these 2 Phillips screws out, and that'll release that. Some people only take these out, these security Torx. I think they're Torx 25 security bits. You can take that out and just clean the sensor itself, but then you don't clean that screen. So you're kind of just almost half-assing it. Try to do this on camera, although it's not too hard to remove screws. Now you're not going to want to have to drive your car for probably like an hour or two. The way this stuff completely dries. And I've never done this before on this car, so I'm going to remove this to give me more room. Once again, it's just another clamp. We'll just slide it out of the way. Like that. Now I have all sorts of room. I have a MAF Airflow do-it-yourself on the 1.8T that I used to own, so it's pretty much the same concept, just a little different getting it out of there. My car has 107,000 on it. I've never cleaned it, so I'm curious. I'm gonna put it in a white paint tray and spray it out, and we'll see how much crap we get out of it. But we're just gonna clean the inside. I'll probably wipe the outside out. Gonna watch spraying those contacts. I'm just gonna put my finger over it and spray it. But we'll get that set up, and we'll give that a clean. Okay, so that's out. Got my makeshift table. Got our cleaner. Got the little red straw. I usually don't use the red straw because you don't really want to like touch those wires in there, that screen or the actual sensor itself. So you really don't need it. So I'm not going to use it because it comes out pretty good. So we're going to start with this side. I don't think it really matters, but give it a little shake. That little bit came out. This stuff dries pretty much instantly, so I mean you could spray the outside, it's not going to hurt it. You don't really want to wipe in there, there's no real need to. You just want to just spray it out. Give it a little shake. And there's still some dirt in there on these, and it's like honeycomb thing. There's a little bit of dirt just sticking to that plastic. There's not much in there. I think that's just the texture of the plastic, fiberglass, whatever this is made out of. I'll probably easily use this whole can. I think it's like $8, $9 a can. I just bought it. I don't remember how much I paid for it. It seems to work. Take a look at that now. That looks better. That looks pretty good. And you don't want to blast air into it. Like you don't want to force air dry. You just want to let it, you don't want to compress air dry, I guess you could say. You just want to let it air dry on its own. It looks pretty good. Not as dirty as I thought it was going to be, but there's a little bit of it in there. Of course, I'm using a stock air filter. My 1.8T I was using K&N filter, and that probably sucked in a lot more dirt and oil than a stock air filter does. So this actually looks pretty good. Now I usually give it like an hour, 2 hours. I'm sure 2 hours is probably overkill, but an hour is probably fine because this stuff dries. I don't even know what it says. Okay, it says do not contact hot wires. Yeah, it's not saying. It says quick drying. It says safe to use on most sensors and connectors, so I used probably a little more than half a can. But yeah, that's done. Okay, it's been about, I let it dry 45 minutes, and it's definitely dry. So 45 minutes is good. An hour is probably better. Probably only takes 10 minutes to dry, but I think last time I did it on my 1.8T, I let it dry for like 2 hours, which is probably just being overcautious. Alright, so put a new air filter in. Now we can go ahead and screw the mass airflow sensor back on. You want to remember which way it came off. The plug should be facing, see, I had it wrong. The plug should be facing up, like that. And it's got like an O-ring built inside the engine cover. Just press it on. Take your Phillips screws. Start those screws, and I lift my screwdriver. Screw those back down. They don't got to be super tight. They pretty much won't go any tighter. So you just tighten them until they stop. That's it. Now we can put the engine cover back on. Well, actually no, we should probably put that little tube back on. Okay, now we can put that tube back on. Obviously it goes back on, well, not obviously, but okay, now we can put that tube back on. It goes back on like that. Pliers. Let's see, I don't want to get my hand in front of the camera. Switch hands. I'm guessing this little mark probably to line it up. Spot. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, now I can flip this over. I guess I should have mentioned, check those little grommets. Sometimes they stick on. Yeah. It makes it harder to put the engine cover back on. This back one is stuck on. So we are going to put that back into the engine cover. Hopefully. When they stick on, it makes the engine cover hard to push back down, and it'll sit all cattywampus. So that's good. Back on. cylinder. Back on. Leaning my tripod, the camera, so you can get a better view. Put that hose back on. The clamp kind of has like a little channel it rides in, that way, I mean, you don't want it too far up or too far down. It's got to sit like right in a little channel. You'll notice if it's sitting up high, it just won't, it doesn't sit nice and flush. Alright, plug the sensor back in, nice little click. Do the two Torx 20s. And that's that. It should, you know, start to finish, should be about an hour, hour and a half, you know, letting the mass airflow sensor dry. It's cheap, easy, and you should see, I know when I did it on my 1AT, I saw a big difference. You know, I didn't change it for like, I cleaned it like at 80,000 or something, or maybe 70,000, and it was filthy. So I'm hoping to notice a difference in this. So yeah, thanks for watching.